The House on Gates Avenue. Written by P-Storm Universe Stories. I saw a little boy in the window, but the house was empty. Been empty for years. I ain't the type to believe in ghost stuff. I'm from Bed-Stuy. We don't got time for that. But this one night messed me up. I still don't walk past that block, if I can help it. It was summer, maybe 2012. I was 17 coming back from my cousin's spot on Quincy. I cut through Gates Avenue to save time. That old brownstone near the corner. Everybody knows it. Windows boarded up, gate rusted, grass wild. Folks say it used to be a halfway house back in the 80s. Some say it was a trap house. Either way, it's been dead for a minute. I was walking past, headphones in, when I felt something, like cold air, even though it was hot out. I turned my head and saw it. Second floor window, boards pulled back just enough, a little boy, maybe 6 or 7, big eyes, no shirt, just staring. I froze. Thought maybe someone broke in, maybe squatters. But the way he looked, it wasn't right. His face didn't move. Just eyes locked on me. I took my headphones out. Dead quiet. No cars, no crickets. Just me and him. I stepped back. He raised his hand real slow and pointed down. Like, at me. I ran. Next day I told my boy Dre. He said, "Yo, you saw the kid too?" I said, "What you mean?" He said he saw the same boy last year, same window. Thought he was tripping. Said his aunt told him back in the day, a kid died in that house. Fell down the stairs. Mama was high, didn't notice for 2 days. CPS came, shut the place down. I didn't believe it. So I looked it up. Found an old article from 1994. Kid named Malik, 6 years old. Died in that house. Same address. I swear on everything I saw him, and I think he saw me too. Now when folks ask why I don't walk down Gates, I just say, bad memories. But truth is, I ain't trying to see Malik again. That house ain't empty, not really. And if you ever walk past it, don't look up. That House on Gates Avenue, Part 2. I tried to forget about it. For weeks, I didn't say nothing, but every time I passed that block, I felt watched. Like something was waiting. I even started dreaming about that boy. Same blank stare. Same slow point. One night, Dre dared me to go inside, said we should record it, post it on YouTube. I was shook, but I didn't want to look soft. So we went me, Dre, and his cousin Tone. Tone brought a flashlight and a crowbar, just in case. We hopped the gate. The porch creaked like it was breathing. Dre pushed the door. It opened easy, too easy. Inside smelled like wet wood and old sweat dust everywhere. But the weird part? No rats, no roaches, just quiet. We walked through the living room, broken furniture, graffiti on the walls. Then we saw it, stairs going up. Dre said, "That's where you saw him, right?" I nodded. My stomach felt tight. We climbed slow. Each step groaned. At the top, the hallway was dark. Tone shined the light. There were 3 doors. One was cracked open. We pushed it. Inside was a kid's room. Torn wallpaper with cartoon ducks, a broken crib, and on the wall, a drawing, crayon, a stick figure with big eyes. Underneath it said Malik. I backed up. Dre whispered, "Yo, this ain't right." Then we heard it, a thump, from downstairs. We froze. Another thump, closer. Tone turned off the light. We crouched behind the crib. I was shaking. I ain't ashamed to say it. Then the door slammed shut. We screamed. Tried to open it. It wouldn't budge. Dre kicked it. Tone pulled. I prayed. Then we heard footsteps. Slow, coming up the stairs. I swear to God, I saw the shadow under the door. Small feet. Like a kid. Then the voice. Soft. Like a whisper in my ear. "Why'd you leave me?" I blacked out. When I woke up, I was outside. On the sidewalk. Dre and Tone were there too. None of us remember how we got out. We never spoke on it again. But I know what I heard. What I saw. That house ain't just haunted, it's holding something. Something that don't want to be forgotten. And if you ever walk Gates Avenue at night, don't stop, don't look. And whatever you do, don't go inside. That House on Gates Avenue, Part 3. The renovation that shouldn't have happened. It was 2019 when some developer tried to flip the house. You know how Brooklyn been changing, folks moving in, old spots getting turned into cafes and yoga studios. So when I saw the scaffolding go up on Gates Avenue, I knew someone was trying to make that house pretty. They gutted the inside, took out the old floors, knocked down walls. I walked past one day and saw a dude standing out front, talking to the contractor, real estate type. Clean shoes, Bluetooth in his ear. I overheard him say, "This'll be $1 million listing easy." I wanted to tell him. I really did. But I kept walking. Then weird stuff started happening. First, the workers quit, one by one. Said tools kept going missing, lights flickering. One dude swore he saw a kid run across the hallway, but nobody else was there. Another guy fell down the stairs, broke his leg, said he felt pushed. They brought in new people. Same thing. One guy refused to go upstairs. Said he heard crying, like a little boy. Every time he got close to the second floor, it got cold. Then came the fire, middle of the night. No one inside, no gas leak, no wiring yet. But the second floor went up. Just the second floor. Like something wanted it gone. Fire department said it was unexplained. Insurance didn't cover it. Developer backed out. Left the house half fixed, half burnt. Now it sits there again, quiet, empty, but not really. Some nights folks say they see lights in the window, a small shadow moving, and if you walk past real slow, you might hear it too. Why'd you leave me? That House on Gates Avenue, Part 4. The Boy Who Didn't Come Home. It was summer again, 2023. Hot, sticky, loud. Kids playing in the hydrant, music blasting from cars, corner store packed. Brooklyn felt alive. Then Jamir went missing. He was 9, lived 2 buildings down from the house. Smart kid, always had his tablet, always asking questions. His moms worked nights, so he'd be out late sometimes, sitting on the stoop with his cousins. One night, he didn't come back. Folks thought maybe he wandered off, maybe got snatched. Cops came, searched the block, knocked on doors. Nothing. No signs. No witnesses. Then his cousin said something that made my blood freeze. He was talking about the house, she said. Said he saw a boy in the window. Said the boy waved at him. I asked her what night that was. She said 2 days before he vanished. I ain't say nothing, but I knew. I knew. A week later, a neighbor swore they saw Jamir. Said he was standing in front of the house. Just standing, not moving. Middle of the night, no shoes, no sound. They blinked, and he was gone. Cops didn't believe it. Said it was stress, imagination. But the block knew better. We remembered Malik. We remembered the fire. We remembered the voice. Why'd you leave me? Now folks cross the street when they pass that house. Parents tell their kids not to look at it. Some say Jamir's still in there. That he's with Malik. That the house takes kids who feel forgotten. Me? I don't know. But I keep my head down when I walk past. And I never ever let my little brother out after dark. Because that house don't forget. And it don't let go. That House on Gates Avenue, Part 5. The block fights back. After Jamir went missing, the whole vibe on the block changed. Music got low, kids stayed inside. Even the old heads stopped playing dominoes out front. It was like the house was watching us. Ms. Gloria, the church lady from down the street, said it was time to cleanse the evil. She brought out her Bible, her oils, and called folks to pray in front of the house. A few neighbors joined. Others watched from their windows. They prayed loud, sang hymns. One dude brought sage, another had incense. They walked around the house, touching the walls, speaking in tongues. Ms. Gloria said she felt something push back, like the house didn't want them there. That night her dog died. No wounds, just laid down and never got up. Then Mr. Leon, the old Vietnam vet, said forget all that spiritual stuff. He showed up with a sledgehammer, said he was going to break the front steps, make it harder for anyone or anything to get in or out. He swung once, twice. On the third hit, he dropped the hammer and started crying. Said he saw his brother, who died in '72, standing in the doorway. After that, nobody tried again. But one day a group of teens from the block, kids who knew Jamir, snuck in, said they wanted to bring him home. They left notes, toys, even a picture of Jamir on the second floor. Lit candles. Stayed for 10 minutes. They came out different. Quiet, pale. One girl stopped talking for a week. Another boy moved to Jersey with his aunt. Said he couldn't sleep near Gates Avenue anymore. The house didn't burn, didn't collapse, it just sat there, like it won. Now folks say the block tried, but some things don't want to be fixed. Some places hold pain too deep. And when you mess with it, it messes back. So we leave it alone. And every Halloween, someone leaves a toy truck on the porch. No one knows who, but we all know why. That House on Gates Avenue, Part 6. Jamir's mom starts dreaming. After Jamir disappeared, his mom, Keisha, was never the same. She stopped working, stopped eating, just sat in his room staring at the walls. The block tried to help, brought food, prayed with her, checked in, but she barely spoke. Then she started dreaming. She told Ms. Gloria first. Said Jamir came to her in her sleep. Said he was standing in front of the house, barefoot, holding his tablet. He didn't speak, just looked sad, like he wanted to come home but couldn't. Next night, same dream, but this time he whispered something. "Mommy, I'm cold." Keisha woke up crying. She said she felt the chill in her bones, like she'd been outside with him. She started writing down the dreams. Every night Jamir showed up. Sometimes in the window, sometimes on the porch. Always quiet, always pointing at the house. One night she dreamed she was inside, walking through the hallway. She heard footsteps behind her, small ones. She turned and Jamir was there. He looked older, like he'd been gone a long time. He said, "I tried to leave, but he won't let me." Keisha asked, "Who?" Jamir pointed to the stairs. "The boy. He's lonely." She woke up screaming. After that, she started going to the house, just standing outside, talking to it, saying, "Bring my baby back." Neighbors begged her to stop, said she was feeding it, giving it attention, but she didn't care. Then one morning she left a blanket on the porch. Jamir's favorite one, blue with stars. She sat there all day, didn't move. That night, she dreamed again. Jamir was wrapped in the blanket, smiling. He said, "Thank you." But then the smile faded. He looked behind her and whispered, "He's coming." Keisha woke up with scratches on her arm. 3 thin lines, like a child's fingers. Now she sleeps with the lights on. Keeps Jamir's room locked. Says she still hears him. But not just in dreams, in the walls. In the wind. And the house? Still standing, still watching. Some say Jamir's trying to escape. Others say he's part of it now. But Keisha swears he's close. That if she dreams hard enough, she'll find the way in. And maybe the way out. That House on Gates Avenue, final chapter. The night the house spoke. It was October 31st, Halloween. 10 years since I first saw Malik in the window. 2 years since Jamir vanished. The block was quiet. No costumes, no candy. Just locked doors and drawn curtains. But Keisha wasn't done. She said the dreams were getting stronger. Said Jamir was calling her. Said she knew what had to be done. She showed up at the house with a box of his things. His tablet, his sneakers, a photo of him smiling. She placed them on the porch. Then she lit candles, one for every year he'd been gone. I watched from across the street. So did Dre. So did Ms. Gloria. Nobody said a word. Then Keisha stepped inside. We waited. 10 minutes, 20, nothing. Then the lights flickered. Inside the house. Even though there was no power. We heard a scream. Dre ran first. I followed. We kicked the door in. Keisha was on the floor, crying. But not hurt. Just shaking. She said she saw Jamir. Said he was standing at the top of the stairs. Said he smiled. Said he whispered, "I'm okay now." Then the house groaned. Like it was breathing. The walls cracked, the floorboards split. And then, quiet. We pulled Keisha out. The house behind us started to crumble. Not burn, not explode, just fall apart. Like it was tired. Like it was done. By morning it was rubble. City said it was structural failure. Said it was bound to happen. But we knew better. The house let go. Now there's just an empty lot. Grass growing wild. No one builds there, no one parks there. Kids cross the street when they pass. But every Halloween, someone still leaves a toy truck on the edge of the lot. And sometimes, if you walk by real slow, you'll hear it. Thank you. The end. Drop your thoughts below. And if you've ever seen something in a window you couldn't explain, tell us your story. If this story moved you, like it. Comment your favorite line. Share it with someone who believes in unexplained things. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. More audio stories are coming soon.